Okay, think about this. When you're going into some sort of communication, do you have a plan for how you want to approach it and how to get yourself in the best place to get the outcome that you really want? Hello everybody, my name's Tim Buckle and I'm a mentor for Chimp Management. In this short video, and it's a really short video, I'm just going to give you a snippet of how Professor Steve tells us that by using the Chimp model, we can optimize our communication as an individual and within our teams. Everything that I'm going to talk about in this little brief video is covered in Professor Steve's most recent book, A Path Through the Jungle. So if I spark any interest in you, why not go and try and find a copy of this and have a flick through? Effective communication's key in any team. So why don't we find out how we can enhance this using the Chimp model? First thing that I'm going to do is, for some this might just be a refresh, for others it could be an introduction. And I'm just going to quickly go through what the Chimp model is. So Professor Steve, what he's done is simplified accurate neuroscience. And what he tells us is that we've got a chimp system inside our mind that uses emotion and how it feels as the basis to its thinking, its deductions, its decision making and its behaviours. He also tells us that we've then got a human system that's kind of the reverse of this. And the human starts with, what are the facts? What are the truths? What's the evidence have I got here? And uses rational logic as the tools towards its behaviours. We've also got a computer system, which is basically a hard drive inside our head. And it stores and remembers all our experiences, but importantly, it stores our perceptions of those experiences. So how did it feel? What happened? What was going on in that situation? And this can lead us to all our belief systems and our biases. Now, when it comes to communication, chimps aren't all bad. You know, we can have some really dynamic, fun, exciting and creative conversations when in chimp mode. But if we take that into the workplace and within teams, we can see that problems can arise. Now, have you ever noticed that when you're going into a communication and an interaction with somebody, where actually you're driven and your agenda is to win, regardless of consequence? Now, if we stop and think about the impact of when people, ourselves and others, are going into conversations fueled by and driven by frustration and defensiveness, we can see this can lead to misunderstanding and conflict. So if that's how the chimp works, what might work better? What we talk about is trying to start in human, where we're using empathy and we're using rational logic with an agenda of solution. Now, if we come to the computer can have a massive influence in how we communicate because it's full of our habits, our previous experiences in these situations and with these individuals and our team. It's full of our belief systems and our biases. And if the computer's programmed really well, it can have a really helpful influence on how we interact on a daily basis. If we program the computer really well, it can lead to more constructive and more harmonious interactions with each other. So there's another benefit to understanding the Chimp model when it comes to communication. Not only does it enable us to understand ourselves, but we can gain insight that helps us be able to look behind other people's behaviours, to see what's actually triggering them, to see how we might be influencing that. This can help us stabilise when we're faced with other people's emotional reactions. This can help us stay stable, it can help us resolve conflict, it can help us guide other people back into human and help maintain a more effective workplace. So how could you start using the Chimp model in your organisation? Experience tells us that taking a group approach with group training and workshops is a really constructive way to go. Helping people understand each other's hijacks, each other's actual agendas and how we want to interact. We can learn about each other's emotional hijacks and gain skills to be able to guide each other back into a more constructive interaction. Also, having an understanding of the Chimp model can help develop blame-free, non-judgmental reflections on communication. Our aim is to help people and teams be more empathic, understanding, and more collaborative. So why don't you get started? Maybe we could start today. Always remember, you have a choice when it comes to communication.